Assalamualaikum. Kabar apa itu? Kalau pura-pura masa, di mana masa ini? Evento takkan Inggris itu takkan. Evento kes masa Inggris kes masa. Evento como masa ini, abadu takkan Inggris. Yang mana kita fursat tadi evento takkan. Inggris itu como de masa ini, aham je dewa pas Inggris bahag. Ikaw para kita para pura dia kami. Inggris bahag. Kita fursat ika Inggris dakka deh ya. Rating na ko dakka deh pura. Para itu pun dan kita fursat tulis. Wah, ini mana? Ego besta kalau, mix ko dekis na kalau. Para. Ada nama namin ko besta kalau. Inggris. You prefer? Yeah, you are there. I didn't notice. Okay, let's begin. I have a ritual that I do when I start my programs always. There are many reasons for that. One is I have a back problem. I'm having my spine problem, so it's very difficult for me to move around. So I need a bit of energy to stretch before I start. So once I start, I forget everything. So are you ready for some change? Yes. Because the topic is also change your life. So maybe you are going to do some things that Zia has not done before. At least in public, I'm sure he will do at home. So are you ready for some fun or some change? Yes. Okay, yes. Okay, stand up. Okay, I want to do. Yeah, do it nicely. If you can do another move, you can do it as well. I feel better now. Okay, you may be seated. I'm honestly telling you, Adam knows this. I've been having problems. So I was in KL for sometimes 10 days, 15 days. I was in Rajate for another 15 days. So hopefully I'm going to India again. So I need to stay before I do my work. There's another reason for this. The reason has been, some people would know. In NLP, we say if you move your body, you get more energy. And this has been confirmed more recently by Harvard scientists. She says if you have 2-minute power pause, you change your biochemistry. In other words, if you have a power pause for 2 minutes, you change your biochemistry. Cortisol level drops and your testosterone level goes up, which means you can become basically more confident. You feel like I'm okay? Do I sound okay? You think so? Okay, the subject is change your life for the better. So what I'm going to share with you today is something very simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. You know the difference between simple but not easy. Can somebody explain to me? What does it mean? It's simple, but it's not easy. Any volunteers? Come on, you're from Auditor General's office. You should be knowing this. It's simple, but it's not easy to follow. Any volunteers? Find it hard. Waking up early in the morning is really sometimes hard. Any other example? Simple, but not easy to follow. Something very relevant to you, I can share. It's a very simple concept. You will agree with me, to be honest. You're from Auditor General's office, you know this very well. It's a very simple thing, to be honest. But for some people, it's really, really hard to be honest. Am I right? So, simple doesn't mean it's easy. So, I'm going to share with you some easy, simple concepts, but it may be difficult for some people to follow it. And these ideas are common ideas, but again, I'm presenting in a very unconventional way, uncommon way. The way that you might not have heard before. But what I know is if you follow these principles, these ideas, your life will change. That much guarantee I have. So you may ask me, Masood, how do I know that these concepts will change your life? I'll tell you the answer. The reason is, these are not my own. I have copied from different scholars that has lived in the past, people who are living. So that's one reason. The second reason is this has been practiced by many people and their lives have changed. So it's from scholars, people have adopted it and their lives have changed. So there's no reason for me to believe that it will not work for you. Am I right? Does it make sense? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. The first concept. Now, whatever you do for something. Why do you do what you do? Naseem, how are you? Yeah. Why do you do what you do? I'm asking you a question. Just ask this question. Why do you do what you do? Why do you go to university? Why do you want to get more money? Why do you want to have the latest SUV? Why do you want to have the most beautiful wife or the smartest husband? Why? Now this is a question for you. Why do you do that? Why do you wear a nice shirt? Why do you wear a nice tie or a nice watch? Go to salon and dye your hair. Can somebody tell me? Anybody, any volunteers? Now, participation is important. One way to retain information is participation. So be willing to participate. There's no right or wrong answer. You can just share whatever you think is right. Pardon, who's that? Satisfaction? Who is that? Okay, give her a big clap. Where are you from, dear? Where do you work? It means you have very good people, bright people in this place. No, whatever you do really boil down to, is it working? It's not working. Whatever you do in life really boils down to your satisfaction. You either do something to get you more pleasure, or you want to gain. You want to gain more pleasure, or you want to avoid pain. These are the main reasons you do things. Whatever you do, if you really think about everything that you do, you want to have some satisfaction, you want to get some pleasure, or you want to avoid some pain. But there's a problem. Because it's the perception of pain and pleasure that drives you. I repeat, it's the perception of pain and pleasure that drives you. Means it's not the reality, you don't know the future. So your prefrontal cortex, what it does is, it makes the best guesses. So the guess is sometimes not true. So you do things hoping that you will get some pleasure, hoping you are avoidance of pain. But it might not really be the case. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So you do everything you do because you want some pleasure or you want to get away from some pain. Do you agree with me? Yes, yes.
Yes.
But when the mind decides quickly, especially the complex decision making, it makes mistakes. So the real decision might not give you the pleasure or the satisfaction, as she said, or it might not avoid the pain. You understood it? There's another reason also. When two things are in front of you, for example, you have a pain and you have a pleasure, so you have to make a choice. So what the mind does is normally, when the pain is immediate, it wants to avoid pain, then getting pleasure. Say for example, you have a snake in front of you and there's a suitcase full of money. So what the mind does is, it doesn't go to the money. It wants to avoid snake. So that's how the mind works. But the problem is, as I you think that you are doing this to get the pleasure, but in reality, it's not what is happening. You don't get the pleasure. There are many things in life that you do. So the problem is, now whatever you do for your happiness. So you are basing your happiness on something called if-then model. What is if-then model? If I get this, I'll be happy. If I get that, I'll be happy. So what really does that do to you? See, when I was in school, I was thinking, if I get a job, I'll be happy. That's That was my thinking. So when I got the job, I thought, okay, because I'm from Addu, I didn't have a proper living condition in Mali, so I thought, okay, when I have a nice apartment, I'll be happy. So when I got the apartment, then I thought, okay, I'll have a nice job, then I'll be really happy. So I got a good paying job. I got it. Then now I started thinking, okay, I wish if I had a beautiful girl to marry. You know, I got more than what I bargained for. But still I started looking for more things in life. Because the subconscious mind tells you, boss, you got something, so you better find something else. Because there's something called hedonic adaptation, which is once you get something, you get used to it. So you want another thing, another thing, another thing. So there's no end to it. Now if you think of your life, the same with that life. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Now when you are young, you wanted this. And when you got that, you think I want that. Then there's a problem with it because you are never satisfied. You want more. And there's another problem. If your happiness, if what you really want is your happiness in life, and if you really think happiness is based on external things, there's another problem. You are never sure that you will get what you want in life. If anybody tells you 100% sure you work on that formula, the guy is wrong. I repeat, if somebody tells you you work on this way and you will get there, it is not happening always. It's not how the world works. So if your happiness is based on something else, and if there's any chance of not getting that, so that means you end up being miserable, unhappy. Am I right?
Yes.
So how do you get your happiness in life? How do you get your happiness? I have a question for you. Now, it's 2:45. I have asked this question many times in many audiences. Let's see what happens here. Today, from the time you woke up to now, tell me if you have experienced something awesome in your life. I repeat it. Tell me if you have experienced something awesome in your life up to now. If you have experienced something awesome, raise your hand. Only one girl. Should I translate it into Hindi? No. I'm not joking. Don't laugh at me. No, you all know Hindi, don't you? You all know Hindi, so if I translate it to Hindi, probably you will know better. You don't know. You know Addu.
I know Addu.
Addu language. I can translate it into Addu or Hindi or English. I can say in Arabic if you don't know Arabic, because I repeat the question again. From the time you woke up today until now, if something awesome has happened to you, please raise your hand. Now, only one girl raised her hand. So that means something really, really nice has not happened to you today. Is that what you are saying?
No.
So why didn't you raise your hand? Now, this is the problem. Okay, I have another question for you. What will make you really, really happy? What do you want? Anybody wants to share? What will make you really, because you said nothing has happened to you up to now. So now the question is, what shall happen to you if you really want to be happy? Sir, you want to share. What shall happen to you if you really want to be happy? What do you want? Kung beno mani, pwede di po ni kimana, iha isa bangar, iha ukawa ka, iha saliwa menuwe. Ihen ka ba bejia, kung ka benge manjeni, di rolo mo ka, iman iha baru wala ka. Minister ka punta, ikaw okay.
First question is, how do you define awesome? Is it based on your own thinking or somebody else?
No, you are thinking. Yeah, you are thinking. How you decide? Kung ka may manjeni. Kung kasi kote banjante, kote ki bihar sura para nagalu efo di benjen. Are kote ki kung mas kami banjante to kan tarma. You want to share? Okay, you raise your hand. You. I know you personally, so I can pick on you. So why did you say, you want to come here and share?
No, I'll sit here.
Yeah, okay, share. Why did you say that?
I felt very grateful that I woke up in the morning, so I got a new day. I felt very awesome because of that.
Yeah, give her a. I knew she will give that answer. We are on the same path. Now, why didn't? Now, when she said this, maybe some people would be thinking, I thought about it. Maybe some people would be thinking, so what's big about it? Now, this is the problem. Our mind is wired to negativity. It picks everything negative. It doesn't pick on the positive things. So you never thought when you woke up today, something awesome has happened to you. Isn't that cool that you woke up today? No, please raise your hand. Please stand up. Please stand up. I want to do something for you. Okay, what I want you to do is you have a pen or anything that you can drop on the floor. Anything. Just drop, just keep on the floor. You can drop if it doesn't break. Okay, what I want you to do is, okay, I'll do mine as well. Let's see. Here. Okay, on the count of 1, 2, 3, you got to pick them. But don't bend your knees. No, you can come out. So you can come out. You can. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, go! No, how many did bend their knees? Honestly, you.
One, I've seen one.
Which one? So how did you do it?
I can do it.
You can do it. Did you do? Most of you probably would have done it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
That
See,
is.
you know, this is the point. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Honestly, I can't do it. So I told you at the beginning. See, please. I told you at the beginning that I have my back problem. So this is how. Now you never think about these things in life. Now this is how I wear my shoes early morning. Now how do you guys do it? How do you do it? Yeah. Yeah. This is how I do it. You know, I will give me the pair. Then I'll put it. Well, now I am. That's how I start the day. But I don't think most of you will do it. You don't do it, you just put it nicely and you start walking. But you never thought about it before. So there are so many things that in life that you have to be really happy about it. But you never thought about it. Now start thinking about it. You don't need anything to be happy. Because if you base your happiness in life on external things, the problem is, one, I said you might never get it. Two, even if you get it, you will want more in life. That's what happens. And the other problem is, what you get always can unget. You might think that you have nice job. Tomorrow, you might not have. You might think that I have a lot of money, but tomorrow you might not have it. So anything you get, you can unget it. So if you base your happiness on things external, this is what is going to happen. So you learn to be happy with what you have. I tell you a story, nice story. There was a king, and the king was walking one day, and he saw one of his servants, and the guy was very happy and joyful, and he asked his assistant, "Now, I have all the money, I have all the power, but I'm not happy. I'm always grumpy. How is this guy so happy?" So his assistant told him, "Sir, what happens is this guy is not in the club 99. So king asked, "What is this club 99? He said, "Okay, I'll show you what club 99 is. What we'll do is we'll put 99 gold coins in a bag and keep at his doorstep and see what happens tomorrow." So as agreed, they put a bag of coins, 99, in his doorstep. He woke up early morning, and when he came out, he found this bag and he opened it and he started counting. And when he finished, it's 99. And again he counted. It's 99. And he counted again. It's 99. And he went in and asked his wife, "What is this? Why should anybody keep 99 gold coin? Should be 100. Where's the extra one? So he started working very hard to find the extra one. And because of that, he couldn't focus on his work, he couldn't focus on his family, he became very grumpy, very frustrated. And after some time, the king saw this guy and he called his servant. They said, what happened to this guy? He was very happy before, very joyful. And all of a sudden, he's very grumpy. And he said, sir, he is now officially a member of Club 99. Now that's what happens to us. Because we don't recognize, live by the things that we have. Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying that you don't have to work for more. I'm not saying that you have to work for more. But be grateful, be happy, be appreciative. Before you sleep, just think about all the things that you have in your life. You should be grateful. When I was coming out the other day, my mother-in-law called me and said, son, how is your right leg? I said, mother, I'm fine. My left leg is okay. So there's nothing to be complaining. I do everything I can to fix it. But still I'm okay. Because I have my left leg, I can walk. I'm better than most of the people. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So I want you to just talk to your partner. Talk to somebody in your table. Think about all the things that you should be grateful. Don't think big little things. But when you think, now just think. But I want you to think when you go back home and feel it at least before you sleep. I'm really seriously telling many people, whenever I go somewhere when I ask this question, I see a head full of people because they don't think this is awesome. Many things. The job that you have, the tie that you wear, the beautiful wife you have, the lovely salary you get, the perfume bottle that you have, the fact that you are able to breathe, all these things are, when you eat, you can taste, you can have shower and you feel it. And all these are little things, but things that you should be really grateful and that makes you really happy. If you really think and embrace it. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Please talk to your partner and think about the things that you should be grateful in life. You want to share? Well, why don't you share? Yeah. Okay, listen guys. Mr. Nizar wants to share his own story. I think that's lovely. Okay, Nizar. Hey, you can speak in Hindi. Give it, okay, give it, okay.
Out me, you ever asked me, what was it that came then? Commissary Marti was if I was in Sarkar. What is the portage of you? Emma, Mazifa became Anika. Out of Taga, Dali was if I was with Jama and we got a good topic, India, take on Papania. Papania again, our Papaki, put up a pudding. Nizam. Our Umun Gakaka, Isaka, guys, එන්න කියවාදෙන් පට්ටානේ ප්‍රථම අහුවේ කුජිනි සීම වාගතකී හම මේ උලි දෙකේ දක්කා බදේ කාඩ් එකේ බලන් හාස්ලි දැන් එක සක්සස්ෆුල් මට්ටක ආව අත්‍යසික අගලා අපේ itu rasa brand වෙදෙන් account සදා ෆරීම අපේ හිසාබ් කරන්නේ හොතේ තමයි ඒ ස්ටේටික් කම්පැනි විහාර ආරක් මුගහොන්න කම්පැනි එකන් ජීවන කලා හිසාබ් කරකමති මේ හිසාබ් කරන්නේ එහෙම අත වාග් ෆලා එක එමස් නිමුණු ඉරුක 500ක් හාස් රුපියා account එක තමයි වෙන්නේ එහෙම ඒ සිනිතුම මේ पूरा मसक के तेंगे कम पे हम ताना याद वाल मसक के ऑफिस का नहीं के ऑफिस लिम्मा को सब ये रेगुलर का ऑफिस में ये लिम्मा फटते ये मसक खाएंगे तेंगे बे फ्रॉम नवीन सारेस हेमा तेंगे हिसाब और अगर ती गुनिया को मास्टर सदा निमुनी आवड़ा लिखनी गोचे बेस लिमुनी है मैं बागत की अमी लगे दरवेश्वरी देन और एक में यहाँ सब देगा और लिखा नहीं नंबर तो उसमें जाओ से ये लिखा है देन लिखा नहीं तो दवा का ये बुरिया में उस तक नहीं रखती में तक का देन मतलब चले ते का कम और इतने लिखा निम्मा के गिरने लगे ये तो नहीं मैं आउट पूरी कम की 38 से पूरी आउट और गाय 38 से डिग्री है तो रिंगल how they recommend hey but these 15 private university ये बात ये अभी ये दिख सकता है ना और पूरा के 15 आ गया ये गाय का इतिहास आशे ते और इतिहास आशे का बेंगलुरु रद्द सर कुछ क्या है दिगों में तरह के न पूरा होने का और ते गेर पे बड़ी और इंडिया को तो जुआन है देख अनेक कैसे ही चैलेंज नगा आओ वहां के तक काला दिए से क्या हम और आतिरी 70 वहां तफावत कुछ जगह है लेकिन देख यहां तफसील को देने के लिए और उनका बात पूरा है तो अन्य तरीके का फीलिंग कुछ का करना रखते हम खासा तनवस कम से बोल के जरूर बोले हमारा हैप्पी है
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया Okay. Well, I'm not going to break the remark. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Which kills your happiness or your joy? Now I want you to think about all the stresses. Why you get stressed in life? Just think about it, and be prepared to share. Why do you get stressed? You know, when you get stressed, you can't think properly. You get headache, and you have many problems. When your staff comes to you, you get upset, you get very emotional, you don't want to listen to them. When you go home, you're angry with your wife, when the children say something, you get really frustrated. All these problems happen when you get stressed. My question to you, why do you get stressed? Think about this question for a while. Why do you get stressed in life? Okay, who said, why do you get stressed in life? Why?
It has to do with negative chemistry in your brain.
Yeah, this is very technical. Very technical. Okay, it's okay. Why do you, what happens to you? When what happens, you get stressed in your life. No, he said he got stressed, sort of. I mean, when he started in his life, he was very worried when he had small kids to look after, and later he was too old to get married, and so he found one, and he didn't turn out to be the right catch.
Yes.
So he had to again change it by the time he is very old.
But I think he was very fortunate because he was earning like $15,000 in late 80s.
That was good money. Yeah, I was thinking. I have another, sort of. I'm envious. I'll tell why. Because I think I'm the only one who's married to a, younger girl. My wife and me, I have 18 years difference. So you had said how many years?
30
years. Congratulations. We are in the same league. So if anybody tells you must see your wife is so young, I said, come on, go to Rizal. This might be 30 years young. So why do you get stressed in life? Ladies, keep your stress money. You don't achieve target, you get stress. Okay, anybody? Okay. Anybody else? Not the coaches. I'm not giving you. You know the answer.
I would raise my
Yeah. Anybody else? ಹಿಂಗವನ್ನು ಮುಜೆ ಹೇಗಂತರ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು? Heartbreak. Now we have all gone through this phase of life, when we were young, but not like these days. But those days is different. You just do something on your hand or something. Okay. Does this resonate with you? Now, if you really think about it, what creates stress in life? Either it will fit into one of these categories. I have few more categories. When you are not financially okay, you want a lot of money, you don't have money, you don't get money, you get frustrated, you get stressed. Your relationship, something to do with your wife or with your family, you want to happen in a particular way, it doesn't happen, you get frustrated. Are you with me? Some people can resonate this, not all people, not everybody, but some people they have financial problem, that's why they get frustrated, stressed out. Others, relationship, because you have a relationship issue, marriage is not working, now it's working, now it's working. Family issues, parents, children, children's a bundle of joy, but they make you stress as well. I have two children. My daughter is 16 years old. My son is 13 years old. I want them to be very good, better than daddy. But if something doesn't go the way I want, I'll be. You know that what I'm talking about. Parents go through this. I'm sure my parents would have gone through it with me as well when I was young. Career. You come to an office, you have your masters, and you work hard, and you can see, the road ahead. But it doesn't work that way. You work, the other guy goes up. So what is this? I'm better than that guy, but he's getting all the promotions. I'm still stuck after 20 years as a clerk. Are you with me?
Yes.
Your health, you want to be fit, you want to be nice always. But it doesn't happen. Too much to do, too much work, always overtime, weekend work, day work, external stuff. What do I mean by external? What is happening in politics? Things like that. Drives you crazy. Plans do not work. You have a beautiful plan. You want to go out with your wife, for some vacation. Something happens. You have another commitment. Financially, you can't make it. So these are some categories, that causes you stress. You agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I hear once more? Now these are some categories research has shown that people get stressed. One of these categories, your stressors will fall in. So do you agree that?
Yes.
But you know something? There's only one reason you get stressed, not this. Sort of, in a way, you are sort of right, but sort of wrong. Because there's only one reason you get stressed in your life. The reason is we have an idea in our mind that we are in control. We are in control. We can control things because you have control certain things in your life. And the way you want to work, it has happened. So you think you can control everything. You think you can control your finance. You think you can control your relationship. You think you are family. But the moment you accept, I have no control. That's it. So when things doesn't work the way you want it, you say, I have no control. I face the reality of life. Let's move on with life. Are you with me? So you have this, notion, this idea in your mind that I have control. I can control my family, I can control my relationship, I can control my career. Maybe you have done it. When you started your work, your career progress, so you think it's working. But you know Murphy's law. Do you know Murphy's law? What does it say? If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So in life, that's how it happens. It may go very smoothly, but if it is going to go wrong, it will go wrong one day. So if your relationship doesn't work, accept it. That's the fact. Let's move on with your life. So that's the reason you get stressed. So only one reason, not these reasons. You think that you are in control, but you are not in control. So if you can understand this and try to accept this, your life will change. That's why I said it's easy, it's simple, but it's not easy. These are simple concepts, but not easy. Now, your mind may be saying that no, this is not what I have learned. This is not what I have thought before. But give a thought to this. Just because you know something, it doesn't make the truth. Because you know that. For example, you might have heard this idea. If a penny drops from a tall building, somebody will be killed. If a penny drops, and people believed in that. but it has been tested. Strong concept. Just because you have that in your head, it doesn't make it right. Now there was a time people believed that people cannot surf a wave higher than 20 feet. Now this was the concept, idea. It has been proven wrong. Now the new craze is 100 feet surfing. Now there was a time people believed lightning never strikes on the same place twice. But you know that's wrong. And a very common thing we hear is people use 10% of their brain. Wrong. There's nothing scientifically proven to support this. Scientists say you use whole your brain. Okay, capacity of the brain is a different matter. So just because you have some idea doesn't make the truth. So if this idea is difficult to digest, just give a thought about it. Will it make my life better by thinking that way? If career doesn't work the way you want it, accept it. That's reality of life. I have no control. I will never have control, and you have never had the control. So accept this fact. You will be better off in your life. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
You think so? Are you learning anything?
Yes, yes.
Ah, bit louder. Are you learning anything?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, there's another thing. Now you think you know the world. You think you can understand everything. But you know what you understand and what you know about the world is really your construction. It's not what is there you see. It's not what is there you hear. You construct it in your mind. Because as much information you get it from external environment, you are processing it based on what is inside your mind as well. Now it might be difficult to understand this when I say it. But that's why we say that the map is not the territory. When two people are shown the same thing, two people can interpret differently, but it's the same thing. Why is it? Because you are constructing the reality. Let me show you what I mean. Now what do you see? Now honestly tell me, how many people notice this? You notice something? Should be red. Why didn't you notice it? How many people noticed it? If you're honest, you will say, many people would say, I didn't notice it. It should be red. But you are saying the same thing. Let me show you. What do you see? How many people have gone to McDonald's? You have gone. Now, have you been to this place? You have not been to this place, do you? You have been to McDonald's, but not this place. There's no place called this. But you didn't see. But that's what is out in there. But you are seeing McDonald's. Why? Because the mind always makes the best guesses. It makes prediction. That's what mind is. Lazy thing. When you show something, just guess things. Now what do you see? Some people would have seen it. Some people would have seen this. If you have not seen, now what color do you see on this? No. What is the color of this dress? White. White gold. White gold. Okay, white gold. Anybody sees blue? See? What do you see? Blue and black. Anybody sees white and gold? White and gold. See, you see white and gold. Now I have been trying to convince my wife. She said, you must be crazy, Masood. But there is nothing white, nothing gold here. It's blue and white. You know the truth. No, this was on internet for some times. And everybody was debating about this. This is the same picture. Even now here you can see white and gold. Some people can see blue and black. This is the actual dress. This is the one. But here you can see. Now white and gold. Please show your hands. White and gold. See white and gold. Blue and black. See, because the mind. Blue and gold. Yeah, this one. The same dress, the same picture in the same environment, you are seen differently. So that's what is called mind. Okay, now you have started the debate. No, they see blue and black. That's why you see white and gold, or blue and gold. Okay. Okay. Now. Hey, girls, now we can talk up later. Okay, that's what I mean by, we construct the reality. The reality is something else, but we construct it in our mind based on, what is inside us and based on what we see. Now let's see this one. Once more. I think once more. What are you? Okay, let's. Okay.
I think Brexit is a really terrible idea. I think Brexit is a really terrible idea. I think Brexit is a really terrible idea. I think Brexit is a really terrible
Whatever. It's the same clip. When you heard the first, you don't know what it is. But now I put something in your mind. Then I played the same thing again. Now you know it. But you are hearing the same message. So that's what I mean. We construct the reality in our life. So, for example, I was traveling to Trivandrum sometimes back, and when the plane landed, there was a couple, and the guy started running all of a sudden, pushing everybody to the back. And I was watching this guy. So, what is happening to this guy? I'm sure, surely he can get out. So he doesn't have to be, running, pushing everybody. So, like me, I think everybody was, watching him. Now, if you happen to be there, what would you think about this guy? The plane landed, there's a couple, and this guy suddenly pushes everybody and starts running. So, what will be your impression about this guy? One connected flight, toilet, probably running away. Now you might have a lot of ideas, I was thinking myself, what an unmannered person. This is what I thought. But fortunately what happened was, I was watching this guy, and he ran to the back, and he opened the bag, and he started vomiting. No, he was pushing everybody because he wanted to vomit, and he didn't want to vomit, in the crowd. So he went to the back, of the plane. So what happens to us is, when something happens to us, we have our internal models. We process things from our internal view, our worldview. Our worldview is not a reality. It's not the reality, it's a reality, sorry. Our worldview is not the reality, it's a reality. We think that's the truth, but it's not the truth. You know what I mean? Say for example, let's do an exercise, you will know better what I mean. Now your boss gives you always tough tasks at the last minute. Your boss gives you tasks at the last minute, tough ones. And your idea is, he's tough on me. And he never gives that task to others. So how would you feel? Frustrated. Now my point is, can you think of an alternative view?
Maybe I'm the only one who is capable enough to do that.
Maybe I'm the only capable. Now, would you agree with me? If you have that alternative view, your life will be better. Because you don't know the truth. But you hold on to this so-called reality that you think is the reality. Boss is stuck on me, he favors others, he doesn't like me, that's why he gives me always tasks at the last minute, hard ones. So you get really frustrated because that's your view. That's the view that you are holding. You think that's the reality. But do you think it's the reality? It's not the reality. It's a reality. You are constructing it in your head. You can have an alternative view. If you change the view, what will happen to you? What will happen to you if you change your view? Will you feel better?
Yes.
You'll feel better. So just think about this. Any time when you have a problem in life, it may be that you are using a model that is not serving you well. If you can change it, it might help you because you don't know the reality. No, the other way to look at it, you said you want everything to be good in your life, you want happiness in your life. So why would you want to give that control to somebody else to control your life? So if you are in a situation that you don't like it, just try to, tweak your model and see whether it works for you. Say for example, you think that your colleagues are mean to you because they always ask for help from you. Whenever they have a party, they never call you. So you consider they are mean to you. So there's a view. So if you hold that view, is it the reality? Is it the reality?
Yeah, for us it is the real because it's our real. Because it's our perception, so it's real for us.
Can you change it? Can you think of another way?
Yeah.
Well, what is the alternative view you can hold about your colleagues? Is there another way that you can think about your colleagues? Maybe your colleagues, as she said, ask favors because I do it always completely. If I think of that way, I might be feeling different. And if they don't invite me when they go for parties because they think that I might not come with them, or they think that I should be asking them to be invited. Am I right? Are you with me? Is it too hard on you? So the idea is whatever you think, the models that you have in your mind is your own construction. It's not the reality. So if you can tweak your models, your life will be better. We hold on to this. I tell you once I was working, I would not tell the place, I was working in a company and the boss was really tough on me. And I had a fight with my boss because of an issue. So the next week I was called into my CEO's office. So before I went to CEO's office, I had submitted my resignation to HR. But somehow the HR head has not processed it and kept it. So I went to GM's office and GM said, you had an argument with your boss, what happened? So when I went there, I was really furious. I was about to tell him, I'm not going to work in this place. People are mean, people are not nice to me, my boss is not good, and everything. And my GM spoke to me for a while and said, Masood, I know you are a very hardworking person, and your stand on this issue is really good. It's your boss who is wrong. So I have asked your boss to apologize you for treating you like that. Because what really happened was I was arranging an event where actually the Mamoon was going to come, and my boss calls for a meeting on the same day. I said, I can't go. So he got frustrated because of that. That's what really happened. So in short. But when I went to my GM's office, my model was that GM is going to fire me. Because of that, I already submitted my resignation. But when I went to my boss's office, what happened? It changed everything. So I don't really have to wait until that happens. I could have thought about this before also. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So this is something. How many minutes do I have? 5 minutes. Okay, I will try. Okay, the other day, very, very quickly. Now there's a spin in this. Why we get frustrated in life is sometimes our self-talk. How do we do it? We blow out of proportion. We blow out of proportion. You don't recognize there's something in your mind. It's a voice in your head. So you keep playing. So you can't sleep. I'll give you one example. My first experience in public speaking was when I was in school. So I spoke for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I stood. Didn't do anything. And this was in Darul Uloom, Manila School Hall. And there were MES, EPS, and Armenia school students. So you can imagine what will happen to me. Dr. Ustaz Nasheed was one of the speakers. Dr. Saud was one of the speakers. So I was the third speaker. I stood, 2 minutes spoke, 3 minutes, bam. Nothing, freeze. I could not sleep, believe me, for 1 week. I was always dreaming. What would the girls be thinking of me? I didn't go to school because I was telling myself, what would the teachers be taught? Believe me, Up to today, nobody has asked me about that. So that's what self-talk does to you, because you play in your head. So when there is a negative thought that is coming in your head, from the time you wake up until you go to bed, you have this talk in your head. And most of the time, 80% of the time it's negative. So believe me, there's no truth mostly in it. It's just a noise in your head. It's just like a movie. Are you with me so far? So think about this. The other one, when something happens to you, you just decide, this is really bad. When something happens, if you can, you always decide good or bad. It's good or bad. If good, okay. But why do you decide bad? Because you don't know. Now, if you think of your life, you will know very well. There would have been many situations in your life that you thought it's bad, but later it turns out to be good. Are you with me? Yes. I'll tell you very quickly one of my examples. Now, when I finished school, I was drafted into police, NSS, and I really hated the police. I didn't want to be. And I was supposed to work there for two years, and I left. And now when I think back, I'm really happy. I'm really glad that I worked in NSS. But at that time, I didn't realize. But I labeled at the moment that it was a bad thing that happened to me. But now I think that it was a good thing. I was, molded very well in NSS. I have made a lot of friends in NSS. Some of my closest friends are not my classmates, people who work with me in NSS. It's a good thing. And you won't believe, though I spoke in public when I was in school, after the terrible experience I had, I really started speaking when I was in NSS. Not many people know that. So it helped me. So don't just come to a conclusion that something happens, that it is bad. It's a wrong idea. That kills your joy, kills your ethics. I really want to talk about this. Now, very quickly. Now, why people get unhappy and frustrated in life is people think that they are stuck in life. They can't move away. They can't move out. That is how it should be. One reason is one reason is this. Because when you go to a counselor, or when you go to career, exhibition or workshop, the question people ask you is, what is your passion? And I'm also one of them. I really talk about passion. But the problem with passion is what? No, not every passion earns you a paycheck. You need a paycheck. Don't tell me that you don't want money. You want money. Now you can have a lovely passion, but if it doesn't give you a paycheck, forget about it. The other problem with passion, there is another problem with passion, is passion changes in life. What you wanted when you were 20, you might not want today. And not many people say, first time I'm telling you this, I wanted to be an actor when I was young. Would you believe? Can you imagine Masood Ali dancing on the screen, with Sheila or Shirani? That's what I really wanted. And in fact, I met him today. What a coincidence. I met Asad Sharif today while I was coming here. And me and Asad Sharif, we went to TVM for audition. Because I'm a huge fan of Dharmendra, veteran Indian actor. I'm still a fan. I love Hindi movies. And I wanted to be Dare. So I went to TVM for audition. And Asad went in. Before he came out, I ran away. And that's it. My passion changed. So I'm not interested. Then you won't be. The other problem with passion is that just because you have a passion, I believe you need a bit of talent, bit of skill. I believe in growth mindset. You can develop your skill set. But you need to have something in you to develop. Some people can't really do certain things. So because of that, I couldn't pursue my career as a singer. I wanted to be a singer, musician. I have my mouth organs at home. I sing at home. My wife has banned me singing in other place other than my home, and that is also when she's not in the house. So I took a challenge myself. The challenge was I said, okay, I wanted to sing. I'll do once a song. So I have done it once. Then I have another challenge. I'm going to record one and a rec one, which I think I can do fairly. But this is the only time I was able to sing. I have not shown this to anybody. I kept it in my archive. No, you won't know how bad I was singing because everybody was shouting because they were so excited to see Masood Ali singing for the first time. So that advantage I had. If you really listen to that, it was really horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
There was a lot of support because of most of the stuff are mine. So, their support was not that I didn't tell them. Okay. So there's a problem with passion. The other issue with passion is, research. This is Stanford research. The other problem with passion is less than 20 people have one singular passion. Less than 20% people have one singular passion. 80% people, they don't have a passion, they have many. So if you go and ask, if you are asked, what is passion? Most people don't have. They will say, I don't have. Or they will say, I have many, which one you want to tell me? So you don't know where to start. So you are stuck. Are you with me? So this is the problem with passion. So what you have to really do in life is, passion is not your starting. If you have a really good passion and you can work it out, fine. But not for most people. Most people, it has to be the other way. You try different things, and in the process, you get the passion. You are passionate about what you do. So that's really where they start. This is the new way of thinking. And this course is taught in Stanford University for graduates. Because when you ask what is your passion, people are, now if I ask you guys, what is your passion? Either you don't know, or you have many things. I was passionate as say for example, when I was young, as a TV presenter, but not anymore. You know what I mean? So passion is not the starting point. I have other things, so I think the time is up. I'll just two slides very quickly. Okay, sir. Now people get stuck in their life for this reason also. Too late. I don't know where did you come out with this idea that you are too late. You're never too late. Okay, you can't go back and start again, but you can start from here. You have to accept the reality of life. And I'll give you a story. How many people are here graduates? Very quickly, I'll go through these two slides. How many are graduates? How many of them below 30? Please raise it. Oh my God, most of you are. So you did your, is it master's or first degree? First degree. Okay, I'll tell you something. I know I think my wife did her first degree and master's when she was 26. And I did my diploma when I was 40. You don't tell anybody. No, you can tell them. Somebody. I finished school when I was 1987. I started working. I never had an eye on my studies. And later I realized, I should be studying. So by the time I was 39, I said, okay, go for it, Masood. So I did it. I did my diploma. I'm not talking about first degree or master's or PhD. I did my diploma when I was 40. Then I did my master's when I was 40 after doing my diploma. Now you can't tell me I didn't do my master's. I did my master's. So it's never too late to start again. So if anybody tells you it's too late, say shut up. It's never too late. You can't go back and start. And that's what I say. Not do that. Not do that. He got married. Now am I right? Now there was this guy and he went to one of his, advisors and said, "Sir, I want to do medical. And it takes 7 years. So what's your advice? Because by the time I finish, I'll be 50. So the guy stood for a while and he said, if you don't go after 7 years, how old you will be? Still 50. So cut the crap and start doing it. Okay, this is the last one. Oh, last one. Be the best version of you. I know whatever you have to do the best. I agree on that. If you are speaking, do the best. If you are an auditor, do the best. If you are married to a young girl, not far enough. Give all your best. You know what I mean?
These are one.
No, I can tell you. We are in the same thing. We need to have a check, after we finish. But the problem here is, the counselors or the coaches sometimes would say, no, be the best in the sense, what is the one thing that you can really do well? What is that? No, it's a wrong question. It's a dysfunctional belief. People get stuck. Because you can do many things in your life. Not one thing. You can do many things in your life. And I think I have that guy. Okay. That's that guy. Now this guy was a band promoter. He was very successful. He was a musician. But he was not very famous musician. But in his country, he was very famous when he was young. As a band promoter, arranging gigs for youths. And this is that guy. And this is that guy. Tony Blair. Now when he was young, this is the same guy. Now when he was young, he was a good band promoter, arranging gigs for youths. He played himself, guitar. And later he became the prime minister. But that's life. Now, as I told you, when I was young, I did my TV shows for 20 years. Now I don't do it, TV shows. Now I do speaking and another job. So you ask me, which is better? Which is better? TV shows or this? Then it was better. It was good that for that era I was young, I can interview all these people, do some fun stuff. But now, this suits me more. This is what I love. So don't get stuck. When some people tell you, what's your passion? Don't get stuck when people tell you it's too late. Don't get stuck when people tell you, is this the thing that you really have to do? Isn't there anything else you can do? Because there's no such thing as the best thing. You have many options. From the options, you select one. Then you go with it. And different phases of your life, you may be interested in different things. You can do that as well. Many people, even now, currently as I am, I do full-time job. I love that. And I do this also. I love this. So you don't ask me, which is the best version of Masood. Are you with me so far? So with these words, I will just conclude and take a rush. And I hope you guys got some ideas, some insights from my little talk. If you have any question, you can fire it. If you have time, if you don't have time, cut short.